Folks, welcome to another edition in Real Estate Experts. This is going to be a really good episode because I'm here today with market leader, experienced agent, absolute killer by a country mile in his area, and that's Adam Sargeant, mate. Thanks for hanging out today, my man.
Yeah, cool.
Much appreciated. So I'm always looking, this is what this show's all about, we're looking on behalf of property sellers for ways, tips, tactics and methods that you use to get top dollar for your sellers so that people watching around the country can identify the Adam Sargeant of their area. So, but before we get into that, tell us, I always like to find out a little bit about your background, mate. So what brought you to real estate? Tell us about Adam Sargeant pre-real estate.
Pre-real estate. So I guess what, I'll tell you what brought me to real estate. I didn't have a job. But I opened up the paper and it's property management.
Yeah, okay.
Property management. I'm going to be property manager. So I went and got my license. Took me a week, and then I went in there and I did property management for 2 years. I was the worst at it. Sucked, and I wake up in the middle of the night and go, the plumbing, and and I couldn't multitask against these women. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
And I know where my skills are. Anyway, one day my boss goes, he said, you should be thinking about getting into sales.
Yep.
I thought, I couldn't do it. Anyway, what happened was that the property management just drained me. So I thought, I've got to do something. And then I saw where I grew up, there was an opportunity for a salesperson.
Right.
So I thought, sweet, I'll go and I'll apply. And it just took off.
Yeah.
So, all of a sudden I've gone from, making a reasonable living, I guess, to just...
Yeah, and your history back then, mate, is you were winning awards. You were leading the area. One of my best clients, multi-million-dollar agent, says that when they look back at you early in his career, he said you were a god to him. Oh, awesome. So Mr. Chris Gilmore, one of Queensland's #1 real estate agents. Said of Adam Sargeant that he was a god. So very cool. And so you're an inspiration to people who inspire agents around the country. Yeah. And so what that did is you've gone on to what would naturally you had a predisposition for working with people and doing the job, and you worked hard at it, So what we want to identify are the things that from the outside we can look at an agent, say in Sydney or Melbourne or Perth, so that we can identify the Adam Sargeant, because every agent out there will say they get the highest price. Yeah. So how do we find the Adam? If I was to look at your business from the outside, what am I looking for to identify you as a real one who I would trust my biggest asset with? I
think one of the prerequisites, and it's a really easy one, is just be nice with people. Okay. Because there's
isn't that just par for the course?
You would think so. But I'm surprised that I'll go ring up an agent and they'll be grumpy on the phone, or something like that. And it was like, you've got to have some people skills about you just to start with, and then you build from there. And it was treating everybody. It was treating no matter what they were buying, no matter if they were just in that process of not even buying yet, or they wanted to go somewhere else. It was just everyone that we did business with. We just gave them the best customer service because we wanted to. Yeah. As well. Kind of made you feel good. Yeah. And I'm like a Labrador. You know what I mean? Everyone comes in, my friend, I love them. And I do, and I treat everybody like that. And I guess that if you're looking for an agent, you kind of think, hey, why not get someone who's got that and can develop that relationship with people? Definitely. And then from there, but you can't, you can be friendly, that's fair enough, and that's what I do, but you've got to also have those negotiation skills. Yeah. And that's important. Yeah. So that's what took the time to learn, and that's the training that you guys and just so many people in the industry.
Well, I've seen tens of thousands of agents come through my training rooms, tens of thousands. And rarely have I seen someone invest so much time, money, effort into developing those skills that you have developed over such a long period of time with all that experience. So I guess, I've heard some of your clients describe you as you said Labrador, I've heard smiling assassin. Because you truly are working for those sellers' best interests, aren't you? Even though the buyers like you, in some ways trust you, you built rapport with them, you're working for that seller, to get those top dollars.
Yeah, and I'm convicted about that too. So I really want to get the best price, and I know everyone says that, but there's something about that they're satisfied. And in my area, fair enough, a lot of people will sell and they'll move on. And I don't get to see a lot of those guys again. And I don't want to leave a bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I want to do the best I can, and I do that. And sometimes my owners are unrealistic about their prices, and I have to be straight with them. This is the price. This is the best price in the market, and I aim for it, and I get it.
Yeah.
And their expectations are blown away. Really.
I love it when you do that. That maybe they, in some ways they had maybe a slightly higher expectation of what they could achieve.
Yeah.
And when you get pretty close to that, you're the only one that had a hope in hell of doing it. So very cool.
So, and I guess the other thing that elevated us, or me, was just taking on Alana as a PA.
Well, yeah, that's one of the identifying things I'm looking for. So should we be looking for, if we visit you at an open, that sort of thing, like 2 people at that open? Does that help with the buying process and everything?
2 people at the open, but it's more the follow-up process. So no one leaves us. So everyone gets in that web, and we follow them up, and we do it constantly. And we follow them up until they buy something, right down to the end.
Okay.
And we'll know where they move to as well. And it's everything's. I guess it's in our database. It's on. Everybody's on my phone, but Alana's calling them as they're leaving me.
Right.
So, so everything's working together.
Wow.
It's just folding every.
Man, so I've got to say, a Labrador on the front end and a Bulldog on the back end.
And she's great. She's a really good negotiator too. She's licensed as well.
Wow.
So she'll negotiate.
Yeah.
You've got 2 people, 2 different personality types, and she's really driven too.
Yep.
We try and get results.
Yeah. So having that team of 2 seems to be working great guns, because I've seen some of your results. Tell us about some of the big wins. Tell us about, because your reputation in your area, you're leading agent by a country mile, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of properties, literally hundreds of millions of dollars worth of properties, when you add it all up, that's gone through your business. But tell me about some of the guys that are singing your praises about there. What are they saying about you?
I think one of the thing I get most was the how easy I was to deal with, and how easy the transaction was.
Yeah.
And that's what they're saying about me. They'll say, Adam was down to earth, and he got the job done. And that's all they care about. 2 things. They care about they can get along with me.
Yep.
And they care about their property getting sold.
They're moving.
They're moving.
Yep.
And they love it. And all the time, testimonial is, Adam was down to earth and he got me the price.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the other thing too was that we set a marketing budget, and I know what works for the area. So I'm not overcharging them.
Yes.
Like if the paper's not working in that for that season,
Yep.
like in the rainy season, I don't get the papers, because they all on the curb, and they all get wet. No one reads them. But it's just knowing your area, and it's just working within that budget. So I don't overcharge. I mean, we don't charge them anyway for the advertising. It goes obviously straight to the publisher or whoever it is.
Yes.
But we work very tightly with our budgets, and we get the maximum price for these guys.
So you're using those negotiation skills you use on a seller's behalf, you're using them on suppliers on your seller's behalf to bring those costs right down.
We've got it down to a T. I know exactly what's going to work for your house. And there's 4 or 5 different types of houses in my area. So there's not a huge amount of different styles of properties in our area. And that's true, and everyone knows it. But different properties will sell to different people and need to be marketed a different way. If you've got a low set, small brick house on a small block, well, it's not going to go to a large family, is it? So we're going to target an older lady or someone who's looking to downsize. So we know what we're doing in that respect too, and that's taken years. And I think that's the knowledge of the industry. As all the training, but the knowledge of the area as well.
Yeah.
So, we're working together with that.
So having seen, like I said, tens of thousands of real estate agents, look, even I train. If there's someone new, because what you're describing is your experience in that area, grew up there, know it like the back of your hand.
I went to a party that house. We had a barbecue there.
Yeah.
No, I remember what happened here.
Wow. So you can't substitute that experience, can you?
I literally, if I close my eyes, I could go through every street.
And name them.
And I name them.
Yeah.
Know the house.
Name,
I just
yeah,
know it,
nice.
you know?
Yep.
It's always insane, but that's the way it is.
See, all things being equal, you've got to choose someone with that experience. Now, I do train people with far less experience than you, and the answer that we give to that question is, oh, how long have you been in the industry? Oh, long enough to know. Long enough. Oh, seems like forever. We teach them ways to deflect that question. Yeah. You don't have to deflect that question, mate. There, you just know this thing.
But
you got it nailed.
Yeah. You know, like,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, I love it. You know what? But I love that. I'm going to use that for the future. You know, Labrador on the front end, crossed with a bulldog on the back. That's awesome because you're a smiling assassin, you could say, but you will never let that buyer that's got the highest price for that property slip through the web. No. It's going to be captured. No. Yeah, awesome.
It's good for my area.
Yeah,
and that's what I like. The more people I get in, first home buyers get in that area, the prices are held up. The whole area does well. It just does.
Yep.
And you know, I pride myself on that. And I think that's one of the main things. And that's the passion part.
Yeah.
The money's important, obviously, for everyone. You know, everyone wants to get paid. But
I love that that's secondary for you, man. Though.
Yeah, it just is. It's just my area. It's where I grew up.
Very nice. Folks, one of the most passionate real estate agents I've ever met, Mr. Adam Sargeant. Look, the guys in your area, mate, they've got an easy choice. I get that. They've got an easy choice. I hope Adam's insights have helped you, no matter where you are, trying to find the Adam Sargeant of your area, if ever you're choosing to sell a property. But if you ever want Adam's advice, look, us real estate agents, we ain't hard to find. Google him, find Adam. If you can get some time for some advice from Adam, you'll be doing yourself a favour. And I just thank you for today, mate, helping out our viewers in choosing an agent. Thanks again, bud. Until next time, folks, Glenn Twiddle signing off. Real estate experts, that's what we're here for, to help you tread the minefield that is this business of listing and selling some properties. Bye for now.